Another range test is taking place right now. I am going to have even longer trip during my commute. This time it's going to be around 300 kilometers exactly. But what makes it different from the previous one is that the temperature has risen. Last time during my range test, the lowest temperature was minus 17, and at the moment I was starting my drive, it was also around minus 13, which is still very low. Today, however, right now outside is about minus 3, minus 5 degrees. I expect the lowest on my way to be minus 8 degrees Celsius, and the highest around maybe plus 1 degrees Celsius. All temperatures are in Celsius. And since the temperature was not that low in the morning, and my car is right after the car wash, I don't have to go to settings in the climate. You see, it's only plus 2 degrees inside and minus 1 outside, so I don't have to defrost my car. What I will do instead is I will just turn the climate on and preheat my car. And I will typically use the heated seats and driver's side only, the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. And you can of course get to visit the link at the pop-up window above to see my range test at minus 17 degrees Celsius, the previous video on my channel. What you see here is another example and confirmation that I do drive with lots of cargo. By the way, so what is in my sub trunk? Last time I didn't show. So you see, it's a full bag with a hydraulic jack in there. This is quite heavy, maybe 25 kilos all the way, altogether. I mean, and now that's how my typical day starts. I go with my clothes here, boots, and we're ready to go. So we started at 99. Here is still 99% since a simple preconditioning did not drain much energy. I typically like driving with 18 degrees Celsius on my AC. Sometimes I go to 19 and tire pressure is still gonna be low, as I prefer a bit more comfort over the fighting for every single kilometer of the range. It's important to mention that exactly as it was in the previous range test at minus 17 degrees Celsius, I will be still driving in acceleration mode, chill, and I will also make sure that every time I start, I will go in traction control settings and choose the slippery mode. That's my plan, just to compare the consumption and real world range at minus 17 degrees as it was done in the previous range test, compared to a test like today where the temperature is minus 2 and then maximum is going to be minus 8 Celsius and the highest maybe plus 1 degrees Celsius. And I will also be keeping the climate on function. I mean, I will be using that function when I arrive now to my work to pick up yet another peli case with equipment. And later, in a couple of days, when I find the day is going to be with a similar temperatures, what I will do is I will keep the traction control in auto, and I will also air up the tires for the next test to see how does how do those two factors reflect on the range. So definitely subscribe to my channel to see the yet another comparison range test, and stay tuned. Check the links in the description of the video. There will be a pinned comment with specs of the winter tires that I'm using, and also check the links in the cards that pop up here above for the other reviews on my channel. Quick update, I just arrived to the place at my work where I need to pick up more equipment. So you see the temperature is 1 degrees positive Celsius, and my consumption since charge is only 178.3 watt hours per kilometer. How low is that? And I was actually using heating AC at 19 degrees Celsius. What I will do now is I will keep the climate function on. Time is 9:50 exactly. I will be out for maybe 15 minutes, and we will see how much the state of charge drops. So it's 92% state of charge, 950 plus 1 degree Celsius, and climate keep function is turned on. So I will update once I come back, and then after that the update will be after 100 kilometers. And as we can see also, the tire pressure went up. It's a 2.8, all because of the temperature outside is not a minus 15, not minus 10 anymore, but plus 1 degree Celsius. So, like 16 minutes later, I picked up one more piece of equipment. So now I have a pelly case here, which is probably 15 kilos. This case is probably 11, 12 kilos. So it's like 26. My boots, here is a 30, 35, and maybe my tool bag down below, 15. So it's about 50 kilos of extra equipment in my car. See, huge trunk, super practical. Right, so 17 minutes later, still plus 1 degree Celsius, and state of charge has not changed. It was 92%, it's 92% now. And the keep climate is still on. Amazing. I mean, what, 20 minutes later, almost 20 minutes later, we did not drain even 1% of the state of charge. So now, definitely, I will update you once I arrive to my workplace. And this will be, here is a navigation, calculating, 1 hour 40 minutes, 115 kilometers, 62% on arrival. So I stopped to go for a little shopping. See, the temperature is minus 2 degrees now. And so far, since charge, I am 72 kilometers in my trip, and consumption is as low as 188.1 watt hours per kilometer. And what is also worth mentioning, that the tire pressure, because of the temperature, went all the way up to 2.8 bars on all the wheels. So I will leave and I will keep the climate on. Most likely I will spend another 15 minutes, and we'll see how the state of charge drops. So we see it's exactly 10:50 now. I go and turn on the keep climate, and I will update you. I'm back. Let's take a look on the matrix. So I was absent 39 minutes. You see the temperature dropped from -2 to -3, and state of charge has not changed, and the climate keep function is still on. I mean, that's excellent. At -2, -3 degrees Celsius, after almost 40 minutes, battery state of charge has not changed with the keep climate function on. That's amazing. Let's move on. I still have 66 kilometers to go to my destination, And you see, state of charge on arrival is estimated still at 62%. Alright, a little update just to show you some nice landscapes here. And by the way, I'm still driving studded winter tires. You can see that over here. And as in my previous range test, these are the Hankook Winter Ipike X 255 50 19. So the sidewall is 5% taller than Tesla original specification for the wheels, and the rims are a decent AR Alfa Romeo. You can check the weight of the tire and rims altogether in the comment section, in the pinned comment. And here are the landscapes. So far I am like 111 kilometers. It's not as cold as I initially anticipated. Now it's +1 degrees. Nevertheless, like a little while ago down the road, there was -6, -7 continuously for the like 20-30 kilometers. And consumption I will show you just in a moment. Here you see, with the taller sidewall I'm still safe here. Okay, you see, I'm going to pass through there over the bridge. Here is how my daily commute road looks like. Okay, now we go inside. We can see that my consumption is 196.5 watt hours per kilometer. Estimation is still arrival with 61%, and the temperature outside is 1 degrees Celsius. I arrived to my destination. Here is an update. As it was predicted, the state of charge on arrival was predicted 62%. Now it's 60%. And I can tell you that temperature outside here is quite warm. It's +4 degrees, and my trip since charge was 137.1 kilometers with average consumption 196.4. One thing which is worth mentioning again, that the roads, because of the average temperature being higher, the roads are way cleaner than it was like 2 weeks ago during my past test, meaning that I was able actually to drive a bit faster. So my average speed on the same route of 137 kilometers was I would say 10-15% higher, the average speed. And still Tesla is doing amazing job, very efficient car. And stay updated, because after 4 hours waiting from this moment, I will leave car here outside for about 4 hours, do my work, come back, and I will have to drive back to the office the same way. It's gonna be again 137 kilometers plus like 25 kilometers, so it's gonna be 160 kilometers more. And overall my total trip for 2 days commute is gonna be, if you add up here 160, it's gonna be exactly around 300 kilometers. So stay tuned for that, and subscribe if you are getting value from the videos to see more reviews from Tesla impressions. So 4 hours later, exactly 4 hours later, I am back in my car. I have preconditioned the car shortly, just for 5-6 minutes. It's not toasty here, but the seat is warm. Outside temperature is 2 degrees Celsius above zero, and after 4 hours at this temperature, battery dropped from 60% to 58%. And I will navigate to my work. Take a look what's there. 115 kilometers estimated. Here is the trip, and I will update you when I arrive over there. So far Estimated arrival state of charge 26%, and after that I will drive home for 28 kilometers. So stay tuned, and I will update you 115 kilometers from now. I will still keep the dynamics here. I will still keep traction control in slippery, but I need to activate my car, so I will still keep the traction control in slippery mode, and the temperature is gonna be around -6 somewhere on the way. So I had to stop for a little coffee break, and I will take the opportunity to update you on the trip. So see, the temperature dropped even to -7 degrees, and my consumption overall so far is 204 watt hours per kilometer. So I have a really interesting matrix for you. Let's take a look. I have arrived to my final destination, and I think for the purpose of this test, to actually compare the consumption of Model Y across the same distance but with the different temperatures outside. So last test I drove 248.2 kilometers, and temperatures were everywhere from -17, -18 all the way to maximum like -4, -6. Today I just arrived to my office, and if we look at the matrix here, let's see, this is the previous test. I opened the video on YouTube. You will see the initial test at the pop-up link above, and also on my channel. So last time I drove 248.2, this time 247.5. It's only 700 meters of a difference, and I consumed in the last test 236.5 watt hours, and this time 194 watt hours per kilometer. That's like, and you see, 58.7 kilowatt hours total consumption, and over here it's 48 kilowatt hours total. You see, the matrix will look like this. So it's like 15% better efficiency over the same distance with the same all-wheel drive, always turned on, enabled, with the same tires and rims, but actually with the higher overall average speed. That's a perfect comparison. I think I have arrived to my work, and by the way, let's check. I have 28% state of charge, so I left home with 100%. I only consumed 72%, and I can still go 1/3 of this. I can still go like 80 kilometers without changing anything. Right, for the strongest of you, I decided to quickly drop an update about the final results of my commute, which for today happened to be 275.7 kilometers. Total energy consumed 55.1 kilowatt hours, and average consumption 199.8 watt hours per kilometer. I arrived with 18% state of charge, and temperature outside is -1 degree. If we compare this matrix to the matrix from my last video here, you see over there I consumed a bit more, and because of the much lower temperature outside, I was not that efficient. So efficiency this time for this ride increased. I was still able to get below 200 watt hours per kilometer at temperatures everywhere from -8 to +2 degrees. As a conclusion, if you have any range anxiety, just don't have any. This is all nonsense. I mean, you can drive several hours to the countryside and back and return home and still have plenty of energy left. In the worst case, where you have studded tires and all-wheel drive always enabled, and with some cargo, and still have plenty, and then just come back home, plug in, and overnight charge your car and have the same full charge again in the morning. In the next video I will air up properly tires. You see, now the tires are like 2.7, 2.8 bars, but the Tesla recommends 2.9, and I expect that the roads will be as clean as they were now, or maybe even cleaner. And I will, instead of always keeping the all-wheel drive, I will just let the car keep the traction control as the car wants. I will just go in traction control and select auto, air up my tires properly, and compare efficiency. And the reference video for my next test will be actually this review. Thank you for watching. Check the links in the description. Don't forget to share this video with someone who is cross-shopping between Tesla and other cars. Remember to use my Tesla referral link here and the titles of the video, and smash like if you did receive a value from this video. And I see you in the next videos. Bye.